Well, hello, Allie, Ryan.
Hello, Caroline.
So, I'm here in the famous Dry House.
Famous.
It is famous because
awesome.
pretty much every famous person, plus everyone in Nashville, comes to get their hair done here.
Yeah.
I feel like this was the first dry bar in Nashville.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tell me about your vision for this, how it started, and how you launch something like this and then have every celebrity client come to you.
We really wanted to make a space, the best place that you could ever hang out. If you're feeling happy, if you're feeling depressed, if you just need to dance it out, would be your best friend's house.
Dance it out.
Right? But your best friend's living room, right?
You can totally dance in the Dry House.
Oh my gosh, we have plenty of late nights that we do. But so we wanted to make a space that was kind of like a home. And so we said, okay, we're blow drying hair, and I hate the word blow. Hate it.
Why?
It's got so many bad things behind it. It could mean very different things, like the blow house. Can you imagine?
Oh, the blow house.
That would have been terrible.
That would attract a different clientele.
On different levels too. So we decided to go with the word dry because we are blow drying hair, and then house just kind of fit. And then we decided we wanted to make it like a home.
Okay.
And that was it.
Okay.
So we have the living room, the washroom.
Oh,
the foyer.
So it's actually a house.
Oh yeah, it's a home.
The washroom's where you shower up
Yeah.
your hair.
Yeah.
Living room, and I love
Yep.
that. As soon as you walk into
This is the lounge.
This is the lounge, and this is your space back here where you cut and color hair.
Yep, we don't necessarily always advertise about it because we're just a blow dry only salon, but the need for my expertise was large, and so I decided to make a little space for myself to be able to do it.
Are you allowed to talk about some of your celebrity clientele? Because they all
Sure.
advertise you all the time.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so tell me some of the celebs that you do their hair.
Miranda, for sure.
You color and cut.
Color and cut, Miranda, and blow dry also.
I mean, that's a big deal because she's the hottest female ever.
Of all time.
Of all
and
time.
she's just the best.
The best.
I do Jake
Owen.
Owen.
Too bad he's so not sexy.
I mean, right? His smile just makes you smile. I told you that last time we did this.
Do you just hate running your hands through his hair?
No, I think maybe sometimes he hates how much I do it. And then I got Dan and Shay.
Both of them.
Both of them.
And they have full heads of hair.
Oh my goodness, like carpets. Yeah, for sure.
Like carpets. That's great.
Like rugs.
And I love it because you experiment. You do a lot of guys' hair, which is great because
Love
you
it.
do a lot of not experimental, but you do edgy styles with them.
Yeah, when I got out of beauty school, it's really funny. I was like, I'm never doing men. I hate doing men's haircuts. And now it's the most that I do, including Michael Hobby, everybody.
You just did Michael Hobby's hair, and he loves it. Now
Yeah.
he's wearing his hair down all the time,
Yep.
which is great.
Karen Fairchild.
From Little Big Town?
Yeah, she's a rock star. Yeah, she's the best.
She's the best. She's so cool.
The coolest.
She seems like the coolest.
The coolest. She's just, her energy is so you just chill out when you're around her and you just want to listen to, what she has to say.
That's great.
Yeah.
I want to be centered like that.
She is so centered. I don't know if maybe she's just overthinking things in her head, but it doesn't come across that way at all. And every time she comes, I'll open up on Sundays sometimes, and we call it church, and she'll just come, and we'll have church on Sundays, and she just sits here, and we just do our thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great way to unwind.
Yes.
Kelsea Ballerini.
Ugh.
The
Kelsey's
best.
the cutest ever.
Happiest girl of all time.
How is she so happy all the time?
I mean, look at her life. I mean, she's getting married to the hottest, most amazing man on the planet.
Australian too. Let's not forget the accent.
Her songs are blowing out of this water. I mean, she's
beautiful.
Nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, she's got 3 number ones in a row right out the bat.
3 number ones in a row right off the bat. Yeah, she's just killing it.
She's killing it.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see.
You do Florida Georgia Line.
Oh, Florida Georgia Line. That's so funny because I do them probably the most. So Florida Georgia Line, Thomas Rhett.
Oh, I love that. So you just gave Tyler from Florida Georgia Line a new haircut.
Yeah, we wanted to go short.
So that was that like something you had to debate? Because he was kind of known for his long hair. How did he decide to chop it off?
Tyler is so, he's so, he knows himself so well.
He does?
Yeah,
Who
really
is
does.
Tyler?
Tyler is the most amazing husband, man. I've always said my whole life that he's going to have to okay whoever I get married to. Because he's amazing, but he knows himself so well, and he's so 100% confident that everybody was like, no, don't do it. And he's like, F it. I love my haircut.
Yeah. It looks great.
I love it. My wife loves it.
Yeah, and
you love it.
He and his wife, the thing I love about Florida Georgia Line and Thomas Rhett
Oh.
is they love their wives so much. And they have, to me, I feel like started this trend in country music where it's cool to be married.
Yeah, I actually remember a story that Tyler told me, and I don't know if he would even want this out there, but I'm sure he doesn't care. He said, we're trying to make it this is years ago, that they were trying to make a change, that there was going to be no more them featured with love interest in any of their music videos. It was either going to be their wives or it was going to be another couple.
Really?
And they were going to sing around them. And Thomas Rhett is the same way, really. Yeah.
I feel like it has made people love them more and embrace their love stories with their wives.
Oh my gosh, you just want it.
You do.
I mean, they are truly
that.
like that behind the scenes.
Yes.
They respect each other and they are growing their life together, and it's really cool to watch. I mean, both sets of Florida Georgia Line, Brian and B Cole too.
And that's cool because all the wives have their own thing. Like Haley, who's married to Tyler, has her blog, The Vogue Trip, which is awesome.
Yep.
And then Brittany and B. Cole have Tribe Kelly. So like the wives have their own cool thing going on
Lauren's
too.
doing like all this amazing with
saving the world.
Yeah, they are going to save the world.
Lauren, who's married to Thomas Rhett, basically saves the world.
Yep. Yeah, she basically saves the world. Like all of my women do something that they're like changing the world. Yep. It's amazing to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years.
So Thomas Rhett, tell me what his hair's like. He's got great hair.
Thomas
he did a mohawk at one time.
Oh, we're going back to the mohawk right now, actually, for tour, because he's headlining his first tour, which is insanity.
Awesome. He had the biggest year last year.
Oh my gosh,
With
this
Die
year was
Happy
just
Man,
about to
even be bigger. Which also I love. Die Happy Man was about Lauren, like the wives. I love that it's about love stories.
And his new single called "Star of the Show" is actually the first song that he ever wrote about Lauren. I think he was like 17 years old.
I mean, how great to be married to these guys who just love their wives so much.
That's why I'm not settling. This is why I'm still single, everybody.
You have great examples.
I do. I have the best examples, my father included. But Thomas Rhett's hair, people don't know this about Thomas Rhett. He's actually a little bit Middle Eastern.
Really?
Yeah, like Zayn.
Okay.
So we try to it's curly and we try to go with it and make him embrace it rather than straightening it or making him do something that's not comfortable for him.
Yes.
And it really does work for him, but he definitely needs a haircut about every 10 days.
Because he just has so much hair.
Oh my goodness, yes.
The thing that I also love too with all these guys that you do is guys sometimes just do like a basic haircut. You know, regular guys will just don't even worry about their hair, but really hair is such a statement for guys and it can be used as a statement.
It really means the world. I think it's funny that I travel with the men way more than even the girls.
What do you do when you like style a guy?
I mean, it's like a pre-show kind of thing, you know? Sometimes we'll have some drinks, but you know, we just get it flowing to flow.
Looking natural, messy, but still very
but still
good.
Done. Like they're not afraid to be like, yes, I have a hairstylist that travels with me, and yes, I love what she does.
I love that.
I know, me too.
I love that. Okay, so basically you're seeing everyone in country music. I mean, pretty much. And then the dry house, so you do the cut and color of like all these stars, but then you have this whole living room area with tons of stylists. How many stylists do you have working for you?
Right now, I think 13.
13. So there's all these stations, and you can come in here and be like, okay, I want my hair to look like Bridget Bardot, or I want my hair to have like a really cool braid, or I want to do some sort of messy updo, and pretty much the dry house can make it happen.
You could literally come every day of the week and get something a little bit different. I mean, you come once a week, and I come
every Wednesday.
You come every Wednesday before your show.
Because before Nashville Insider, me and my host Lindsey Caldwell, we
love Lindsey.
Love Lindsey.
But you do like some top knots sometimes, or you'll get the messy beach waves, or like I don't think people realize how much you can do with your hair.
I don't think anyone realizes. People just curl it.
So what we're doing is we're doing this huge social media kind of overhaul where we're going to be doing tutorials and
nice.
And we're going to have all my clients come in, the famous ones and not famous ones, that everyone's a star here. We're going to have everybody doing something different, and you're really going to see how short hair is affected by the dry house, how long hair, how curly hair, different things that you can do, and not outrageous and out of this world, like things that you can actually just go to dinner with some girlfriends wearing on a Saturday night.
I love that.
Yeah. It's cool.
Okay, so tell me how you got into hair, and then tell me about your vision, because you have a very powerful, you believe in the universe, which I do too.
100%.
And that's kind of plays into how this whole dry house started.
Well, we always laugh because my business partner is Cassidy Bentley, which is Dierks' wife, obviously. And so they've been family for me from the day. Did I touch anything?
Oh, no, I'm just checking.
Family for me from the day that, I moved down here. But it was really funny. Years ago, Kristen Cavalieri.
Oh, from Laguna Beach, who now is like killing it with the shoes, cookbooks, momhood, everything.
She got this giant bulldog, and she named him Bentley. And I was like, what a cool little sophisticated name for a dog.
Yes.
So my boyfriend at the time gave me a dog for Christmas, and I named him Bentley. And so every day I was like, Bentley, don't pee. Bentley, don't go here. Bentley, come. And I didn't realize that I was putting it out there because look who I'm in business with. I'm in with Bentley. So then changed my password. And I got the next thing that I wanted to
Bentley?
come. I changed it to Bentley was always the name.
So Bentley was your password for all your emails, but you changed it so no one can log into your stuff now, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, Allie's email is Bentley, her password.
No, and then I changed it to the Dry House 2015, and that was it. We opened 2015, and then I changed it to...
So did you kind of feel like you drew Cassidy Bentley into your life?
1,000%. Like, it was
you
happening.
You didn't even know
like,
you were doing it.
Yes. And she was doing it at the same time.
How so?
And because she wanted to be part of something. And she loves hair, and she loves the beauty. And so I think even her just thinking about it, we just kind of like...
Well, they say Rumi, one of his favorite quotes is, "What you're seeking is seeking you." So really, like, y'all were seeking each other.
100%. And me and the Dry House were seeking each other too, which is funny.
Was it scary to launch a business like this?
Oh my gosh. It was, I don't even remember that year of my life.
Because it was just crazy.
A whirlwind. I mean, there wasn't ever not a meeting. There wasn't ever a time I wasn't worried. There wasn't ever a time that we couldn't find space. And me and Cassidy would sit there and be like, well, we want to do it. We have the means to do it. Mm-hmm. You have the skill to do it. Why is it not happening?
Right.
And then Dierks and Cassidy one day came and they saw this location and they called me immediately and they were like, oh my goodness, we found the most amazing location.
It's in Green Hills in the heart of Nashville.
Yep.
How did you link up with Cassidy?
One of her really good friends named Monica came in to get her hair blown out by me and loved it so much. She wanted to give a very pregnant Cassidy with Knox, with their third, give her like a little special treatment. And so she came in. She didn't even tell me who she was. I had no idea. We just connected immediately. And I think I said to her, like, oh, when you're done having that baby, are you going to go downtown? And she's like, well, me and my husband can't really go. Like, he's kind of a little known. Like, she still would not tell me who it was, but I knew.
Yeah.
So that was a funny story. But did I tell you about that I changed my password to Adele?
Oh, tell that story.
Okay, I changed my password to Adele 2016.
So after Bentley, so now you're linked up with Cassidy. You started the Dry House.
And now I think I can do anybody. I'm like, the world is my oyster.
So now you're like, okay, I'm going to put my password as who I want to link up with next. I like that.
It's got to be Adele. Me and Adele have to be best friends.
Have to be.
So I knew she was
y'all
coming
would
to
hit
town.
it off. Great.
Oh, we're already friends in my mind.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm a huge fan, but it's not even like that. Like, I just think we're supposed to know each other.
Okay.
Very weird.
Feel it.
So she was coming to Nashville for a show in October. And so I changed my password, and every day I was Adele 2016, Adele 2016. So one day this British lady calls the Dry House on the phone, and she says, hi, we would really like to get a hair done for a famous client of mine. She's a European artist, and her name is Adele, and she's really humble and down to earth.
And you're like, holy
Mom, I was like, Mom, I made it.
Adele is coming into the Dry House.
I mean, then we found out it was her birthday. We got like this really expensive bottle of wine and cleaned the whole salon. Every one of my employees who didn't want to worked that day, of
Obviously.
course. My mom was sitting in the break room, like peeking out. And 1:30 comes around, and two women walk in who combined are not Adele. And I'm like, maybe they're scoping the place out. No, she was a famous pigeon painter from Belgium. But I got an Adele.
Hey, you weren't specific enough. You got to be very specific here.
I know. And my friend goes, why didn't you ask for her last name? I was like, I don't know.
Because Adele has no last name.
Yeah, it's just
Does anyone
Adele.
know her last name?
And the woman was British. Like, she clearly knew what she was doing.
So you
calling.
actually did. You achieved your goal.
Oh, it was the worst. I think I was so mad during that blowout. I was shaking. And I feel so bad for this famous Adele artist.
Because she's amazing in her own right.
Pigeons.
Hey, a lot of people love pigeons.
I mean, no, her pictures are amazing, by the way. I'm plugging her now somehow. But Adele, and it wasn't Adele. And I was like, well, who did I think I was?
Well, you did it with Bentley, so.
I know, but Adele.
So next time you got to be more specific here. Who are you working on now? Or is it a secret?
No, it's not a secret. Still Adele 2017. Okay. I just changed the date.
Okay, great.
And I think I put in something like, my whole thing for 2017 is no self-doubt.
Oh, I love that
thing. I'm like, instead of I don't need other people. We're doing great. The business is doing great. Now I really have to work on myself for a minute.
Okay, so tell me what's your mantra to not have self-doubt?
Well, Thomas Rhett walked in one day and he just, I don't know, out of nowhere said, what are you giving up for 2017? I was like, do you even give any? I mean, that's Lent. You don't give. And I without even a hesitation was like, self-doubt. And he was like, how are you going to do that? And I said, just stop second guessing myself. I'm strong. I'm independent. I'm a happy person. Nashville loves me. I love Nashville. When I want to color my hair, I'm just going to do it. When I want to go somewhere, I'm just going to go. If I want to book a vacation, instead of doubt, I'm constantly doubting.
What are you doubting? That it's all going to fall apart or something?
Am I good enough? Yeah, waiting for that shoe to drop is probably one of the hardest things ever. I mean, I've built this all up, and in 2 days, it could be taken away.
But could it really?
Yeah, I mean, no, probably not. But do you know what I mean? There's always that fear that.
Well, because it's your baby and you put so much into it, but then what if the rug gets pulled out somehow?
And we want to open up a bunch more, and we want to do product line. I mean, it's kind of overwhelming.
Totally. So you just have to have total confidence.
Total confidence. And go into everything like, I rock. Like, I have a little moment with myself before I go and do things.
Yes, like a little pep talk.
Yeah, totally a little pep talk.
Yes, I love that.
I get fired up.
You have to. Have you ever watched Tony Robbins' I'm Not Your Guru?
I mean, Tony Robbins, like, yes.
Tony Robbins is the best of all.
Best.
But he kind of does that. You know, you have to like pep yourself up. Like, honestly, like tell yourself, I rock.
Yeah. Kind of like my artists do, because somebody said to me once, do you ever get nervous doing all these famous musicians?
Because their hair is on TV everywhere.
I said no, because I really am the rock star when they're sitting in my chair.
Right.
They sought me out.
And you
so
know
they
you're
bought
great.
a ticket to this show.
Right. Yes. Yes. Truly.
So egotistical.
It's not egotistical. You have to believe in what you're doing, or else how could anyone else believe in it?
They wouldn't.
You have to know you're great.
Everybody.
You have to know you're great at what you're doing, or else how could you get anyone else to buy into it?
You wouldn't.
So how did all this celebrity clientele start trickling in?
So casually, me and Cassidy had a moment where we said we wanted everybody that was famous that came into the dry house to be organic. She didn't want to send an email out to her friends and say, you have to check it out. Dierks was not going to necessarily post about it. I mean, he's posting about what he does.
Right.
So it just trickled, word of mouth, being a good person, going out, marketing, doing one hair, and like really loving on it. I mean, how did you get here?
I got here because just everyone started coming to the dry house. It was just the place. It's like, if you want great hair, you go to the dry house.
So
and
like
then I met
media?
you.
Oh, and we just...
I think award shows, like I saw
Brittany.
people. Brittany.
Maybe Jason Aldean's wife.
Oh, we forgot about that. Jason and Brittany come here.
Oh, Jason comes here. Yep, I cut Jason's hair.
Yeah. I mean, hello.
I mean, Jason, if I say it too many times, I have a friend that on my 21st birthday gave me a signed picture of Jason Aldean for my birthday in New Jersey.
Because that's where you're from, New Jersey.
Yes. And so I had it, and then the minute the first time he ever called me, I ran home and
Did
took the picture down and just put it under my bed. I was like, I'm cool now. They know me. I don't need to have this picture.
I don't need an autograph picture anymore because I got the real thing.
So I just can't say it too many times. It's awesome.
I love that.
Me and Jason I mean, you know him personally too. He's dry sense of humor, and me and him just instantly connected. I mean,
and Brittany, his wife, is the sweetest thing.
I mean,
incredible at makeup.
Could anyone be more beautiful? Like, I hate to say that in front of you because I think you're just as beautiful.
No. Brittany is flawless. Like, she walks out looking like she's ready for a runway.
And is she ever in a bad mood?
No. And
sometimes she's like, I'm in a bad mood. And I'm like,
no, you're not.
You're still smiling.
The thing with Brittany, too, is like, I feel like she's very lighthearted. You know, like sometimes, like, I tend to get...
She's a lover.
I get very heavy about stuff. She
doesn't.
always can keep it very lighthearted, which
I
admire.
Yeah, she's a total lover of everything. I mean, she can't even stand when Jason goes hunting.
Yeah. Oh, she loves
she's
the
like,
animals
do not
so
call
much.
me. I mean, he can't even call her on the phone. She gets real upset, emotional.
Yeah, because she just loves the animals.
Yeah, she loves all of the animals.
So sweet.
She is. She's
like St. Francis. That's the saint of the animals.
Oh, she is like St. Francis. We're gonna have to tell her that. Start calling her Franny.
Hey, Franny.
Hey, Franny.
Okay, so they just started trickling in organically, and then I think I started seeing you at like award shows, like the ACMs. You're out there in Vegas. You bring some girls in the team.
Yeah, we do. The Dry House does Vegas.
Yeah, that's
it's a
fun.
thing. We do.
And it's like a party.
Oh my gosh, we have the music going. Everyone comes in. There's makeup artists on one side, hairdressers on the other. Everyone's getting ready, wardrobe stylists. I mean, it's a really cool, just fun way because women are so nervous before. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how beautiful you are. When you're about to walk that red carpet, you have a little bit of self-doubt. You have to pump yourself up.
You want to look great and you want to be confident.
And you want to be surrounded by people who you trust to be like, okay, now you're perfect.
Yeah.
Because then you believe it.
Right.
So that's what we do in Vegas. So we kind of have a before. There's some champagne, I'm not going to lie. Not a lot.
Gotta have champagne.
But yeah, everyone just has a really good time and the music's going and we have a dance party and it's fun. You're going to come this year? You're going to stop by?
Oh, yeah. Faux show. Can't be missing.
Awesome.
So tell me how you found your love for hair and makeup. No, you don't do makeup. You love
makeup.
Oh, you do makeup.
I do. That's like a hidden thing that no one knows. So like Lauren, Thomas Rhett's wife, I will do both for her.
Which you did Lauren's makeup for when Thomas Rhett played New Year's Eve, like the huge show. What's that called?
Rockin'
New Year's
Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve.
It's the one where Mariah Carey her tracks didn't play right this year. But Thomas Rhett's was perfect.
Yeah, Thomas Rhett was perfect.
His performance went off without a hitch, which is great. I'm sure that's the most nerve-wracking show ever because you don't have any... say like your sound doesn't go right or say like you can't hear in your in-ears. Like there's no chance to fix it and you're playing for like the largest audience ever.
I mean, I think that's Thomas Rhett's biggest fear in life.
Was he nervous?
It was great. The thing about Thomas Rhett was also no one can see this on stage, but you're not playing to all those people.
Oh, that's
You're
good.
playing to like a little group and his
Way
entire
better.
family flew into New York City.
So he had
and
a
we were
support
all
group.
front row.
I love that. And you did Lauren's hair and makeup, which was a bombshell. You did that center cut, which looked so good. She had some bright red lips. She looked like a model.
I know, she's the best she's ever looked. People were telling me, complimenting me.
Absolutely stunning. Well, she is so naturally gorgeous. So then to put like a little like, you know, juju on it that you do, it was out of this world.
Everybody commented under her picture saying, you're even pretty without makeup. And I'm like, but everybody wants to feel pretty. Like, it's New Year's Eve, people. Lighten up.
You want to dress
Put some bright red lips on.
Why not?
Put some eyelashes on.
Makeup's fun.
Yeah, makeup is so fun. Guess what? It comes off with water.
I know. I don't know. Exactly. People just like to
I think people need to start taking chances.
I agree with that. Have a little
out
fun.
Of the box. Yeah.
So how did you find your love for hair and makeup?
I don't know if I've ever had a love for hair and makeup.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I don't know.
I was a total tomboy in high school. You were? 100%. I think I just didn't want to go to college.
Okay.
Like, it's not like I had this from like when I was 2. And so I went to college for like 3 weeks and I was, but the thing is I probably did love it. Like, I can remember doing friends of mine for prom, but not like doing it because I was like, oh, I love this and I'm drawn to this and I have to do it. But I think I've always seen things in color. And so hair color has always been a huge thing for me.
So you love coloring hair?
Oh my gosh, I see it in everything. I see it in the walls. I see it in trees. I see it in leaves and bricks.
Really?
It's crazy. I pick up an inspiration. It's almost like I have to shut my mind down sometimes.
Because you see so much color.
Oh, I dream it. So I'll wake up and write formulas down. Like some of my clients' formulas have come to me in dreams.
What do you mean write formulas down? Are there not just standard formulas?
No. I mean, you're like a chemist. You have to like mix different things to get the perfect color.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So does every person you color have a different formula?
Oh, yeah.
And you dream it all up?
Well, sometimes. Yeah, Karen Fairchild's color was dreamed up.
Really?
Yeah, I was just struggling with going a little bit lighter and making it shiny, but still having her dark. And and then I went to sleep one night and I was thinking about it, and I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, whoop, 475, and I was like, just wrote it down. Now it wasn't the whole formula, but it was like the portion that I had been missing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So you literally dreamed it.
I dreamed last week. I dreamed. A new wave that I started doing, which Miranda told me is her absolute favorite now.
What is? Oh, wow.
I don't know how. It's just like a technique, and I'm so bad at it that I look like I've never held a curling iron before. And I'm like, it's just because it's brand new.
But you get the result.
Yeah, and everybody seems to really love it.
Wow.
Yep.
I love that. I love how passionate you are about hair.
Love it. I mean, it's been 17 years I've been doing hair.
Okay, so you started in
16.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started in New Jersey. I was a receptionist. Then I was assisting forever, and I've
at hair salons.
Yeah, and then I like dropped out of college, went to hair school, did hair all through that, and then been doing hair ever since. And I get girls in here sometimes that I have to sit down and say, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?" Because 17 years later, and every morning I wake up loving whatever I'm about to do.
That's don't you think people should fight to find the thing they love?
Fight. Don't ever stop. I had to fight the fact that 17 years ago, it wasn't like the norm to drop out of college.
Yes.
And go to trade school. Trade school was like, oh, you're stupid. You didn't make it in college.
Totally.
So it wasn't even an option on the table for me. Now, like, people are traveling with their hair and makeup artists. The Kardashians can't go anywhere without their hair and makeup people.
It's crucial.
And I think it's amazing. And I'm so happy for the people like the Trailblazers who, like Serge
yourself.
Norman. Well, I don't know about that. But the people that I look up to. That like just were like, we don't care. This is what we're doing. It's an art.
Yep.
It's just as much an art as a painter.
100%.
Yep. Just as much as a singer.
It is like, and it's all of it. It goes hand in hand. Like I think that's another thing that people don't quite understand is as an artist or a performer to have great hair and makeup is just as crucial as having great wardrobe. It's just as crucial as honestly having great songs. Like it all is a part of the package. People's style is so important to their artistry.
Yeah, and I think you can feel more like yourself in certain hair in certain ways. Like
or even better than you feel as yourself. Sometimes.
I'll give you a funny story, but like Kasey Musgraves comes in. And when she comes in without her hair done, you don't even necessarily, you're like, oh, there's a pretty brunette. Mm-hmm. The minute you bump that up, she's Kasey Musgraves.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
She's walking out of here with like her little like pep in her step.
Yes.
And you can see it, like it makes people's days. We're day makers for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you decide to move to Nashville? Because you're in Jersey. How did you decide to move to Nashville?
My grandmother is born and raised Nashville.
Really?
Yeah. And she got sick about, I guess, 4 years ago now. And she would like start to get little bits of dementia, and she would look at me and she'd be like, "You need to go to Nashville. You need to go to Nashville."
Really?
Oh,
She just
she
knew
was
it.
serious. I don't know if she knew. I mean, she's a little batshit crazy, but
Aren't we all?
And my dad,
Only the best ones are.
And my dad was actually born and lived here until he was about 7.
Okay, so Nashville's always in your
Ties.
heart and your mind.
My roots, man. And I'll tell you what, when I left and I came to Nashville, I've never felt more at home in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did you feel at home in Nashville?
I don't know how to explain it. It's a little deep. We
Let's
get
hear
deep
it.
on the show.
We can get so deep.
So
We'd
I've
love to.
battled with a little bit of anxiety probably my whole life.
I feel like that's
Just like,
normal.
I think it's very normal. I think it's not talked about like it should be.
Yeah.
And like I just didn't like what's about to come. I moved to Nashville and I fell asleep the first night I woke up. I've never had anxiety since that day. Except little things like going out on the road or the business.
Right.
But my personal anxiety has never been there before. After.
Why do you think it disappeared?
I think I wasn't at home in New Jersey. It wasn't where I was supposed to be. And I really think that Nashville was calling me my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you feel signs of it your whole life? Calling you?
Yep.
Like, just how? Just in your heart? You felt tugs?
Well, yeah. I felt tugs and things would draw me to it. I'm trying to think of specific things. My dad always listened to country music. So I think that always. And I'd be like, "Dad, come on, that's not cool. We're in New Jersey. Put on some hip hop.
Yeah,
Let's do
totally.
it." But he would play it all the time. And I think that developed my love for country music. And, Alan Jackson, we listened to. Garth Brooks was like huge in my family growing up. And so when I moved down here, it was like everything was right. And my grandmother loved to hear that I had moved. I thought I was going to leave in a couple years and go to like South Beach,
Okay.
like Miami.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just going to stop here and pay homage to my grandma and I'll be on my way.
Check it out.
Nope.
Never
And my
leaving.
grandmother loved that I moved here.
She did?
Oh my gosh. She's never been more proud of me ever. She's
so this is her heart, too.
Oh, heart and soul forever.
I love that.
No, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So yeah.
So tell me about The Secret and how you believe in the universe and all that, because we kind of connect on that level.
Yeah, we definitely connect on that level. I think that I've never actually read The Secret or watched it. No. And I think you would think that was crazy. It just happened to me my whole life. I've just known, like, am I still talking? Okay.
Okay, so tell me again about the universe, The Secret, how you believe in all that.
I don't really know. I've never seen The Secret, and it just always happened to me. So that's a hard one to kind of explain. But I'm a firm believer that that's why I have my passwords, because you type it every day. So unknowingly, you're actually sending it up to the universe, and the universe is picking up on it. It's like when you're so scared to get sick, and then you get sick. It's like,
Right.
Yes.
You draw it to you.
you draw everything to you, for sure. Love, friendships, businesses. I know you believe in that too. What's
Yes.
one of yours? I want to hear one of your stories real quick.
I don't know. I think I used to be very like fearful about stuff and like worried, and I don't know. It took me a long time to get clear on what I loved in my heart.
Yeah.
And then once I did that, I started having a few things happen. Like I got The Amazing Race, like kind of fell into my life. I'd always wanted to
Oh,
travel.
that's right. That is your story.
I'd always wanted to travel. I'd always wanted to be on TV. And then
Yeah.
that happened, and it kind of like knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone, traveling and being on TV. And then I just started realizing that like positivity is so much more effective than
Yeah.
being negative. And people don't realize that. People like to complain so much,
Yeah.
and they think they should like prepare for the worst. But I actually think you should prepare for the best.
I think that for me, it's instilled in you when you're little that you can't have everything, but it's why not?
Why can't you?
Like I'm always like, I used to say I'm a balanced scale, so I wouldn't trade my business because I'm single. I've mentioned that 15 times, and I'm not mad about it at all.
Because you're waiting for the right guy.
Right, but I was like, why would I settle with a guy? But I can have a perfect guy and a perfect business and the best friends, and
You can have it
But
all.
I know, but I don't know where in our childhood gets instilled in us that you can't.
I don't either.
It's like when you say to a little girl, when you say to a grown adult, "Oh my gosh, I love your outfit." They're like, "Oh, this? Oh, I got it. It was only $10." Instead of just saying thank you. When you say to a
Right.
little girl, "That dress is beautiful," she goes, "I know, right?" There's
Right.
nothing. They know they look beautiful and they
Right.
feel it.
Yes.
So somewhere after that, the fear is instilled, and it's like, and I just wish we could change that somehow.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, but where did you get when did it click, or have you always known just to believe in the power of your dreams and like positivity and The Secret and all that?
I think for me, karma is a huge
Totally.
thing. And I feel like there was a year probably when I was 25 4 or 5 that I completely cleared all of my bad karma.
How do you clear all your bad karma?
It just comes back to you, and when it's done, you have to say, like, this is happening for a reason.
So, like, you had a heavy year?
I wasn't always necessary. I would talk behind people's backs.
Yeah, I know. That's
when I was younger.
I would too.
Like, to make myself feel, it was all about my own insecurities.
Totally. It's kind of fun to gossip and talk bad. I did that when I was in my 20s too. I completely try with all my heart not to do that anymore.
And so I remember when I walked in on a couple of my friends talking about me, and it didn't feel good, and I feel like that was my karma. And they became not my friends, and I started only keeping people that bring things to the table.
Right.
You know, because I'm like, I built this table.
Absolutely.
I cook the meal I'm serving at this table. When love is no longer served, you need to be able to get up and walk away from it.
Oh, I love that. So it just like clicked in your head that I don't want to be a part of that anymore?
I just didn't want to ever have negative come back to me for something that I have done or that I've inflicted on another human being or an animal or my employees or whatever.
I love that.
And I keep getting it. Like, I'm still learning. We're not perfect.
We had a work in progress here.
But I think that you and I are different. We're on like a different level.
I know. The first time I met you, we connected really quickly because we go for the same things and almost believe in magic. Like, I consider it magic.
I believe in magic too, and I love supporting other women and watching them see their dreams come true.
Yes,
even other
me
hairdressers.
too.
I'm like, there is enough
room
celebrities.
for everyone.
Oh my gosh. One day I'm not going to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So be the next one that takes over. I'll be on to something different.
I agree. And to wish ill on people only brings that, like you said, karma. If you are putting
some heavy stuff,
even if you're like secretly wishing someone fails,
they're all secretly wishing people fail. I hate it.
If you secretly wish someone fails, though, what I don't think people realize is karma is so real.
You're still putting it into the universe.
You're putting that energy out there, and for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, and that includes your thoughts.
Yeah, we have a bunch of haters in this town.
Yeah.
Because of what we're doing and where we're headed and their own insecurities that they can't ride, the train. I always say to people, you're either on Allie's train or you're in my way. Pick wisely. Yeah. And it's not meant to be rude, but I'm going to do everything with love, and I'm not going to fail because of that.
Right.
And so, like I said, there's enough room for everybody, basically, and enough growth. And so for me, I was like, listen, you've been a shitty person. Why don't you try being a good person, see what happens?
I love that.
And whoa.
Life-changing. It's totally life-changing. Yeah. And I love what you said. This year is your year of no self-doubt.
Yep.
So combining no self-doubt with love and wishing everyone well, but then just staying focused. I mean, it sounds to me like you're going to be taking over Nashville.
I want to. I want everyone in Nashville to have beautiful hair.
I love that.
Yeah, just changing Nashville one hair at a time.
Tell me your dream for 2017.
I think happiness, like always.
Just to be happy all the time?
Just be happy all the time. Like, no, because you have days. I mean, like inside happiness where I had some crappy things that happened lately to me, and it normally would have led me down a dark road. But I was like, nope, you're going up. Like, don't look back.
I love
that. You're
not
going that way. Kind of a Pinterest quote.
I love that.
So I think that's it. And I want my staff to flourish too. I want them to come into their own. It's really hard, like when you're like me and you, to have confidence and be motivated, because it's probably 1% of the population make up us.
Which, if everyone was like this, don't you think the world would be such a better place?
It would be the most amazing place. But
it's so easy to switch your mind.
So, like, my advice to everybody is always, like, be a good friend to somebody. Talk to them. Everyone's going through something that they need to work out. And it was really hard for me to change. I had to dedicate.
How did you change?
Oh, that's a great question. I prayed a lot.
You wanted it.
I really, really wanted it. I wanted success.
And you knew you weren't going to get it if you didn't change?
Yes.
How did you know that?
I don't know. I'm real connected.
You really knew in your soul that if you didn't get positive and happy and like focused on the good,
that nothing good was ever going to come my way. I mean, I would have momentary happiness, but it was never going to be like that completed emotional. I mean, I had to heal relationships along the way. I had to cut relationships along the way. And so I think cutting is real easy.
Do you think being upfront with people and being honest is crucial?
Oh, gosh, it's 100% crucial, but people can't handle it.
So many people like to drag around and ignore and sweep us stuff under the rug, but I kind of am in the same mentality. If I have some weird energy with someone, I have to clear that energy or else I can't move on.
And you don't have to do it rudely or nasty. I would just sit the person down and say, hey, can we talk for a minute? Like, these 3 things they're not working for me, and they're probably going to get defensive right away, but eventually they will come and understand, or they will say, this is the reason why I've been doing it. And everything it's just a healing process.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool one to be part of. You feel light and happy afterwards.
Yes.
I love mentoring people that have this because I'm real good at that too. That's probably something you didn't know.
Mentoring.
Yeah, I love mentoring like to people that are going like being that middle person that kind of
I love that.
Don't get a little loud and out of control. This
Right.
person's a time to talk. Like, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap up
Yay.
with Leave Your Light. So we kind of, this whole thing has been inspirational. Obviously, you're the celebrity hair stylist. You do all of the most famous people's hair.
Thank you.
What would you, from all your experiences with people, you've worked with like the top of the top, but you also work with just everyone.
Yeah.
What is inspiration that you would like to leave people, or how you have been inspired? Leave your light.
Ooh, I love this segment. I think that a lot of it I just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I think just being a really good human being and not taking people that are famous. I treat my famous people like they're normal and my normal people like they're famous. And that has literally worked for me my whole life.
I love that.
Because everybody matters. Everyone's important. There's no job that's more important than anybody else's. And money does not matter.
I agree.
My mom always told me this. Follow what you love and the money will come.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm still waiting for it, but
I mean, you're building an empire here.
I'm trying to.
Allie, Ryan, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you, girl.